before we start, I'd just like to tell you everyone who's here and tell you where we are. Is that alright?
Yes.
My name's Steve and I'm a policeman and I work here at this police station. The other lady sitting there, her name's Cleo, and she's a police lady and she works at this police station. We've both got different jobs today. Cleo's job is what we call the controller. And the reason
I know what a controller is.
Go on. Tell me, what's a controller?
It's like a police controller. It controls everything.
Well, for this, her job is to control everything that's going on there. So to make sure that she can see what we're doing, and also make sure all that machinery is working okay. So that's why we call her the controller, because she's controlling the equipment. And my job is to speak to you, really, and ask you some questions and also listen to what you've got to say. Okay? And near the end, Cleo and I might pop outside and just sort of see if there's anything I've missed or anything else I need to ask you. Would that be alright?
Yes.
Yeah?
Sure.
Yeah, I know. Yes, fine, don't worry. And when we're talking, there are some rules about what we talk about. The first rule is that I wasn't there, so I need you to explain as much detail everything that happened. Is that okay? And if there's something that I ask you and you don't understand, please tell me. Just say that I'm not sure what you're asking. And that might go the other way as well. If there's something that you say and I don't understand, I might ask the question again or try and ask it in a different way. Okay, is that alright? And if I ask you a question and you don't know the answer, just tell me. Just say, I don't know, and that's fine. I don't want you to guess, and that's really important. Everything you say must be the truth. And that goes on to the next rule, and that rule is everything we talk about is the truth. It can't be a lie. And because I've never met you before, and it may be that someone watches this who's never met you, so I just want them to make sure that they know that you know the difference between a truth and a lie, and that I know you know the difference. So I'll do a little example, then you tell me if I'm telling the truth or a lie. Could you do that? See this piece of paper here? You saw Cleo pass it to me. So this paper belongs to her, and she's given it to me to look after. And say I draw on this picture. Draw this, draw a smiley face, draw some hair. Cleo comes to me and says, who's drawn on that paper? And I say to her, I don't know, it wasn't me. Would I be telling the truth or a lie?
Lie.
That's correct, it's a lie. So what would the truth have been?
If you did draw. No, if you say I did draw.
That's correct, yes. And why do sometimes people lie?
Because you don't want to get in trouble.
That's sometimes the reason why you don't want to get in trouble. And that's quite a good reason to give. And that goes on to the next thing I need to tell you, really, is that whatever you tell us in here, you're not in trouble, okay? So, as long as you tell us the truth, then there won't be any problems, okay? And if you use any rude or swear words, that's okay as well, because we need you to tell us everything that you can remember. And if that means you need to say those words, it's okay. Alright? And this paper, although it does belong to Cleo, it's for you to use. And that's because if something's easier to draw, then you can do that. You don't have to ask, you just go ahead and draw or write. Something's easier to write. Okay? We're obviously here to... I haven't asked you your name, have I, and what your date of birth is. Can you tell us?
Gabriel.
Gabriel. And what's your second name, Gabriel?
You mean my surname?
Yes, your surname.
I'm Gabriel Gariva-Dimon.
Gariva-Dimon. So it's a hyphenated name, is it? And do you have any middle names, Gabriel?
Yes, Yuan.
Yuan?
Yes.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm 8 years old.
Yeah, 8. And what school do you go to?
Christchurch Primary School. No, Christchurch Primary School.
Christchurch Primary School?
Yeah, it's in Hampstead.
Oh, okay. So, and tell me about Christchurch. Is that... what year are you in there?
Year 4, but I'm changing into year 5. No, I was in year 3, but I'm changing in year 2, year 5. I'm supposed to be in year 5 right now.
What about year 4? How come you're missing that one?
Because I got a problem in my school.
Have you?
Yeah, my dad is friends with the whole school.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so how's he friends with the whole school?
They met.
Where did they meet?
When I wasn't with my dad, they met. Then Miss Wilma, when I was in year 1, I had a teacher called Miss Wilma, and then they met somehow when I wasn't there, and then they got friends, and then Miss Wilma introduced Mr. Hollings to year 4 teacher, which is teaching my sister. And then when Mrs. Wilma introduced Papa when Miss Wilma introduced tells Papa about Mr. Hollings, and Miss Wilma told Mr. Hollings about Papa. Then they met Mr. Hollings and Papa, and then they became best friends.
Okay, so.
And then he introduced Miss Regis and Miss Cecil, the assistant teachers.
Wow.
And they're up and up and up. Like, all the teachers are best friends.
Oh, okay, so your papa
Yes.
was friends with your year 1 teacher.
Yeah.
And because of that,
Yeah.
he met the other teachers in the school.
No, he had a friend called Mr. Hollings.
He had a friend called Mr. Hollings, who's the year 4 teacher.
Yeah, he's going to be my year 4 teacher.
He's going to be your year 4 teacher. And how did he meet Mr. Hollings?
Oh, Papa.
Yeah, Papa.
Because Miss Wilma.
Your year 1 teacher.
Yeah, so when they Miss Wilma and Papa met each other, Miss Wilma introduced Papa Papa introduced Mr. Hollings to Papa, so Papa understood who Mr. Hollings was. Then Miss Wilma introduced Papa to Mr. Hollings.
Okay.
Then Mr. Hollings knew who Papa was, and then they met once, and then they became best friends.
Oh, I see. And how do you know they're best friends?
They talk to each other. They tell me they're my best. My dad tells me they're BFFs. It means best friends forever.
Okay, so your dad told you him and the year 4 teacher are BFFs.
Yeah.
Okay. And when did he tell you that?
When he was doing the sex to me. He does sex to me.
What does that mean, sex? What do you mean?
He touches me in the private. He touches me in the private. He sticks a plastic willy in my bottom, and it bleeds down.
Okay.
Yes.
So your dad does sex to you, and what that means is he touches your privates.
Yes.
And put a plastic willy
in my bottom.
In your bottom.
Yeah, a big fat one.
Okay. So how do you know it's a plastic willy?
I felt it before.
What do you mean you felt it before?
I felt the willy. He let me felt the willy.
Okay, so tell me what that looks like, this willy.
It looks like a real willy, but it's plastic.
Okay. And what else can you tell me about it?
I'll tell there's an order of the willies. Of the
What?
plastic. There's an order of them. High up and low down.
What does that mean?
So brown is the lowest, it's the 3rd, but then second is the golden colour of skin, and then it's white. White is the highest.
Okay, so how many plastic willies are there?
Millions. He buys them, and he also makes them. He makes them in his shed. He melts the plastic and then starts making it.
And how do you know that?
I've seen him making before, and he has a friend called Daniel, and they make it.
Right. So who's Daniel?
Daniel is he got brown hair.
Yeah.
And got white skin, and he's really mean to me. He pushes me every time.
Okay.
He calls me an idiot.
Okay.
Kicks me. He kicks me in the privates.
Okay. We've spoke about a lot there, so I just want to take it all bit by bit.
Yeah.
So the first thing you said was about this plastic willy. You said about 3 colours, and the three sets. Did you say?
Yes. Golden is the it's like this. Look like this. Look, gold, silver and bronze. So just like that.
Right.
So bronze is black colour, skin black.
Right, okay.
And then gold.
Tell me about that one first of all. So the skin colour black Willie.
Yes.
Tell me about that. Everything you know about
It's
this.
the third.
Yeah.
So it's like bronze.
Right, okay. So it's skin colour black, you said.
Yes.
And you said it looks like a real Willie.
Yeah.
And what else can you tell me about it?
It's really big and fat and it hurts really much.
What do you mean? Big and fat? What does big and fat mean?
It's really fat and it's
Can you show me that shape again?
fat. Yeah,
Okay, so it's that fat.
Yeah.
And then how long is it?
And then they have different size.
What do?
My dad got the biggest size. Because my dad is the boss of every single thing.
Right, okay. If we just talk about this black skin coloured Willie.
Yeah.
So you showing you showed me a shape, how big it was.
Yeah.
And then so how long is it? So you show me that
really
shape.
long, like that long.
So it's that long.
Yeah.
And you show me how wide it is. And then what does he do with it?
And he sticks it in my bottom and then after when he takes it out it bleeds.
So how does he stick it in your bottom?
He pushes it inside my bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, and then when he takes it out it bleeds my bottom.
Okay. So when was the last time this happened?
No, I'll tell you when he started doing it when I was a baby.
Okay, but when was the last time it happened?
The last time it ever happened is when I stood the last day of school.
The last day of school.
Yeah.
So tell me about the last day of school.
Yeah, we had a big party because it's the last day of school.
Okay, so it's last day of school, we've had a big party.
Yeah, at school. And my dad goes to the school and my dad doesn't let me learn anything. He doesn't let me have education.
Okay, so you're at school, there's a big party. So who's at the party?
Mr. Hollings, he's the year 4 teacher.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, in the old teacher, and there's a lady, and when I was in year 2, my old teacher, when I was in year 2, she moved school,
Yeah.
and her name is Miss Sargent, and she got blonde hair and she got white skin, and she's from Brighton.
Right.
I mean, so she's from north, London. How's it called? It's that language, they say glass. Like glass, instead of glass they
say glass wrong.
Glass.
Glass, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
No, so
So she's got an accent like that where she says glass.
yeah.
Okay. And
So she says glass, but she says my language or my accent or North. I can't remember. It might be North London. I haven't seen her for a long time. It might be North London or South London. And right now she's in Brighton.
okay, she's from somewhere and she says things
No,
differently.
so it might be South or North
Okay.
London.
Okay.
Yeah, England.
Okay. So she was there, Mr. Hollings was there, you said your dad was there.
Yes. The head teacher does it. Sticks a wheelie in my bottom. The head teacher's name is Mrs. Forstack.
Forstack.
Mrs. Forstack. Mrs.
Forster. F-O-S.
No, Mrs. Forstyke.
Forstyke. Okay,
Yeah.
this is Forstyke.
And her first name is Kate.
Kate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she got a sister, which is the second head teacher. And her name is Mrs. Unwin.
Okay.
And they're sisters, and it's really strange what her first name is also Kate too.
Two sisters called Kate.
Yeah, really strange.
That is confusing. I bet for their mum it was confusing.
Yeah. And I heard they were saying Mrs. Forsyth told me it's her sister.
Are they real sisters or
Yeah.
do they have the same second name?
Yeah, they have the same second name. Well, they don't look the same now. But Miss Angwin, she all the time puts some makeup on her.
Does she? Okay, so you're having this party at school. Were there any children there at the party?
Yes.
So Children at the party?
Yeah, all the children do sex to me.
All the children?
Yeah. Yeah, and do you know how much children there is in my school? 200. 200 children.
All 200 children do sex, yeah.
Yes. And also other schools are involved.
And other schools as well?
Yeah.
And how long have you been going to that school?
Since when I was 5 years old.
And how old are you now?
I'm 8 years old.
So for 3 years you've been going to the school?
No, yeah, for 3 years, yeah.
Okay. So you're having the party, and then what's happened at the end of the party?
My dad kills babies and he eats the meat.
Okay, well, let's just talk about the party day, okay? So, the party, what was the party like?
I don't like the party.
Why not?
They touch me.
Who?
Kick me. My front privates, they hurt me. So when they stick a big plaster in my bottom, and when it bleeds, if I cry, he like, do you know those spaghetti spoons? Like, those metal ones. If I cry, he hits me on the head with it.
Okay.
If I cry more, he hits me again. But if I cry more, the nurse teacher, Miss Marlin, she injects me and a sleeping injection on my neck, and then I fell asleep straight away.
Okay. What I'd like to go about, I just want to talk about just the party day. So I don't want to hear about anything else other than that day, okay? So all the stuff that's happened on different days, we will talk about, I promise, but not until after we've spoken about the party day. Exactly, perfect. So you're at the party, you said you didn't really like the party.
No, I hate it.
Why do you hate the party?
They hit me, they do all kind of stuff, and I'm a
Who's
vegan.
that?
I'm a
Who's
vegan. What? Who's that?
You said they hit me. Who's they? Who hit you?
My dad, all the teachers, my dad's friends.
And where did they
And
hit
also
you?
the parents do it too. And they're really mean to me, really mean. The parents.
Why are all these people so mean to you?
They like being mean to me.
Why? What have you done for them to? I don't understand. Why would they be so mean to you?
I did nothing.
Okay. So.
And my dad made up a really strange religion.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that. Remember what we're going to talk about at the moment. What we're going to talk about. Remember what we're talking about?
Yeah.
What?
We're talking about what happened at the party.
At the party, yeah. So you said they hit you. Tell me exactly what people hit you.
There's my dad got social services, and my dad got friends.
Yeah.
And they come over too.
Right. We're not talking about the party, are we? Tell me about the party. Who hit you at the party?
The parents do. Should I tell you the name of the parents?
Were the parents at the party?
Yeah. Should I tell the children names?
Why was your mum not at the party if all the parents were at the party?
She doesn't do the sex to us.
Was she at the party?
Yeah, no.
Why wasn't she at the party? Why didn't she get invited?
Because she doesn't touch us, she doesn't do sex to us.
Why wasn't she at the party?
Because she doesn't do sex to us.
I know she doesn't do sex, but...
And also because she's a vegan.
Right. But that's not a reason not to go to a party, is it?
No, there is a reason, because because she's a vegan, the party is non-vegan.
So it's a non-vegan party?
Yeah.
So why was you allowed to go there?
No, I'm allowed to go because they had me and they can do whatever they want with me.
But it was a non-vegan party, I don't understand.
But I'm a vegan.
Yeah, and you said...
And my dad is a vegan, but he lied to my mum about him being vegan.
So, I don't understand, right? Your mum wasn't allowed to the party because she's a vegan.
Yeah, and
but you and your dad were allowed to the party, but you're vegan as well.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why. How comes?
Because if we were with Mum, we'd have not went to the party. Well, if we were with my mum...
So your mum hasn't gone to the party?
No.
So, what...
But we were alone with our dad, so we could went to the party. We did.
Okay, so that party...
Yeah.
And what time did the party finish?
No, the party's for 6 hours.
From what time does it start then?
It starts from the morning. I'm not sure which kind of time in the morning. From the morning... It's like school time.
Okay.
Instead of lessons, instead of literacy, numeracy, science, we had sex party and we ate babies. And my dad, he lied to my mum about being vegan.
Okay. So there's this party.
Yeah.
So where is the party held in the school?
In the school, in the church and school.
It's in the church and the school.
Yeah.
So whereabouts in the church and whereabouts in the school?
In the school, in the church, there's a bit seats, and here's a little road, and there's a big, it's 1, 2, 3 stairs, it's really big, and then we dance there.
Yeah. So you was dancing. Why was you dancing? What music were you listening to?
We don't put music on, but we just dance.
Dance,
yeah,
okay.
We put all kind of music songs.
Okay, so you're dancing, and who else was dancing? Any of the children?
Everybody does.
Okay.
Everybody does the sex and...
Right, and what is the sex?
They touch me in the privates, they tell me to lick the privates.
Who says that?
My dad's, the teachers, everybody's.
Okay. So that's happened.
And we didn't want to do that, but my dad made us do it, and he forced us.
Okay.
But my mum doesn't do it.
No? Okay.
But my family doesn't do it. Only my father does it.
Okay. So this has happened at the school.
Yeah.
And then you said there's a bit where your dad put the brown coloured willy, plastic willy.
No, but my dad doesn't have a brown one.
No? What one?
He's the boss of the whole religion, the whole culture. He's the boss.
And what's this religion called?
It's not called nothing.
It's not called nothing?
No, we eat babies, we kill them, and my dad's and this is what my dad tells us to do. Look, my dad killed babies, and we help him kill babies because our dad forces us to.
Okay.
But we never kill babies, never. Never on our own, never.
Okay, so after 6 hours, the party's finished.
Yeah.
And where did you go? After the party, where did you go then?
Back to our house, to my
Who's
mum's.
that? Your mum's house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's home time.
And did you tell her about the black willy going in your bum?
I'm too scared. If they find out, they'll hurt me really
So
much.
why have you been able to tell now?
Because I'm Abraham. I was doing really strange behaviour.
What's that?
I was hitting my sister. I was
Okay.
hitting her really violent. I pulled her hair and I smashed her onto the ground from my van. And my sister took a big frame and she threw it into my head and I was bleeding everywhere.
So you two were fighting?
Yeah, really much.
Okay. And then what happened?
And then my mum got really stressed.
Right. So when did you tell them about what's happening?
When Abraham started living with us.
When did he start living with you?
From 4 years. No, not 4 years, 4 months ago.
Okay.
In May. Maybe.
So that's, and you said it happened on the last day of school.
Yeah.
So that was after May.
Yeah.
So why didn't you tell someone then that this happened at school?
No. I didn't tell first. Why
not?
Abraham found out.
How did he find out?
Because me and my sister were touching each other. My dad tells us to touch each other in the privates.
So did you tell him or did he guess? Abraham.
Who?
Did you tell Abraham, or did Abraham guess?
Caught us.
No, but so he's caught you and your sister doing things you shouldn't do.
Yeah. Then he asked me, who taught you to do this? Who done this? And then but then we told him it was a dad, and then.
Okay.
And then, but we were still really scared. We was really scared of him.
Okay.
This is how we killed
right.
him, and this is how.
Do you mind if you have a break? Do you mind if we have a break quickly? Do you mind if you have a quick break? Try and have a quick chat. We won't be long. Just leave that running. Just give me a couple of minutes, is that alright?